Right, so I thought I'd do a quick update from the video. Obviously Jordan's been in earlier. I've not got a mask on because we've got ventilation and basically no one's in here now. The customer's gone out. Oscar's got a mask on but he's not near me, so on that front we're all good. So I thought I would do a quick video just updating where we're at, and also Oscar's asked a pretty brilliant question which I thought I'd answer on camera, so that one, people in the comments that know more than me, like any electrical engineers or whatever, might be able to explain it better than I can, and two, because a lot of other people might have that question, like apprentices and newcomers to the trade. So we are currently, do you want to come round, Oscar? Currently just got the board mounted, so we've identified all of the circuits, we've cut back to as far as we can where the cables aren't damaged, so we're all good. Some of the cables we've actually managed to pull slack through, so that's pretty awesome. So we're able to pull these into the board. This is Hager's new board, which is absolutely lovely. The only criticism is that the spirit level's off. We've had to confirm it with two other spirit levels. That bubble is off. Yeah, it's really nice with like the strain relief and things. He asked about what do these cables do? Because we're just pulling in new bonding conductors to the water and to the gas, because basically the other ones were quite damaged, so we've cut them back and we're just going to pull through new ones rather than joint them. But he asked what's the difference between the earthing and the bonding. So as I understand it, the difference between earthing and bonding is earthing is about magnitude and bonding is about equipotential. So Oscar, basically, with an earthing conductor you're talking about magnitude of fault, and there's equations that you'll come to learn, like adiabatic equations and things, which will help you size those and determine whether or not the cable can basically handle the amount or the magnitude of fault current that will be going down those cables. So it's more about a quick release of current, so low resistance, high current to operate your circuit breakers and things like that quicker, and to get rid of fault current. But bonding is different. Bonding is about equipotential. So if you imagine you have a water pipe and you had 3 bar on this side and 3 bar on that side, for example, what way is the water going to flow?
It's not going to flow.
That's right, it's not going to flow because you've got equal potential on both sides. And it's exactly the same with electrics. It's another unit of force, but with voltage. If you've got 230 volts, say this boiler was at fault because a cable was touching a gas pipe somewhere, and that's at 230 volts, and pretend I'm not earthed for a minute, and I'm leaning against that, I'm not going to be aware that I'm touching 230 volts. If I'm not properly earthed, then that electricity has nowhere to flow. So I'm part of that circuit, but I won't feel the shock because there's no potential difference. But if I touch, say, this water pipe here, and that water pipe is at 0 volts or at another near to ground voltage because it's not part of that same circuit, then all of a sudden I've got a potential difference there that will flow through me and ultimately will kill me or do me harm. Whereas if this is bonded back, then basically that will rise to the same potential as the boiler or whatever other metal work, so that if I'm touching that and I'm getting 230 volts and I decide to touch this, there's no potential difference. It's the same as the pipe, it's brought up to the same potential, so no electricity can flow, so we're safe. So we have bonding, earthing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions about that?
No. That was good.
Sure?
Yeah.
Great. Well, I hope, hopefully that'll be useful. I'll probably get slaughtered for it. I probably got my science wrong somewhere, but yeah, we'll look it up tonight. I've got like good guidance notes on it that you can borrow.
Cool.
But like I say, there's lots of science geeks that follow Jordan that will probably do a much better explanation of it, and videos out there on YouTube from John Ward and the likes. But yeah, other than that, job's going really well. We're flying along actually. We've only been here for 2 hours and we've already managed to get everything out. Jordan helped earlier cut out the ceiling and help us strip out and things just for the investigation for the energy company that have originally called us in. Yeah, we're flying along now, so we'll carry on. Alright, so just a quick update. We've obviously only got a few hours here, so we've just popped here after our jobs that we already had booked, but we've done quite well. Managed to strip out all of the old stuff, extend all of the new cables, pull in some of the old ones that were okay. Got all the bonding replaced and pulled through. We're going to be second fixing that soon enough. So what we're going to try and do is Monday morning, because it's Friday at the minute, Friday evening. And like I say, the customer's not here, so they're staying with family or friends, so they're not massively in a rush. So EDF hopefully are going to meet us here Monday to reconnect and put an isolator in for us. And then we'll get all of this second fixed and tested Monday morning. So happy days.
We interrupt this video for an important announcement. A lot of you eagle-eyed subscribers out there have noticed me using these blue screwdrivers. In fact, I've even had people from America emailing me to ask me if they can buy some blue screwdrivers off me. And I'm afraid I can't sell them. These are exclusively available as part of the hagergang rewards program. So Hager have decided to reward the loyalty of their installers who work hard installing their products by setting up this hagergang rewards program. And essentially what happens is you go on their website, hagergangrewards.com, you input your receipts or invoices for every time you buy Hager products, and for every £1 that you spend on Hager products, you get 1 point that you can then use to redeem and get hagergang goodies, such as the t-shirt that I'm wearing now, and the blue screwdriver set, as well as hoodies, other tools. There's loads of really cool stuff available there, and it's exclusively available through the hagergang rewards program. You can't buy it anywhere. It's all kind of limited edition stuff. So if you want to get your hands on some of these blue screwdrivers, what you need to do is register for hagergang rewards, and if you do so using the link in the description, there's a not really a discount code, but a bonus code, shall we say, in the description, that if you use my code, you'll get 150 free points when you register for hagergang rewards. So head to the link in the description if you want to get yourself some of these and loads of other cool Hager merch. And thanks to Hager for sponsoring this video today.
How are you feeling?
Cold.
It's freezing cold. It's absolutely freezing. They've had no heating, thanks to us. So we're back at this fire job, getting the power on. It's Monday. Is it Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. So obviously we came out here on Friday just to see if we could get some bits and pieces sorted for them. So we made quite a good start, as you saw. Just got the board mounted, a bit of trunking installed up through the roof. We're extending all the circuits inside this trunking and bringing them down. Have to say, this board Hager sent to us to try out, absolutely love it. Really nice. There's loads of little features on there that I didn't know I needed until I've actually done this board, and now I realise how much better it is. Like the lid, rather than overlap, the lid sits inside these grooves here, which I'll show properly shortly when I've actually done the board and put the cover on. So that's great, because it means I can butt the lid here right up tight with no gaps. Awesome, well done Hager. This comes as standard as well, this strain relief, I thought that was nice. The only complaint I've got, look at the state of that bubble. And before you ask, yes, this is level. I have checked and checked and checked, and this is level, but their bubble is out. So, you know, sort that out please, Hager. I could have sent Oscar to go get a new bubble, but I don't want to treat him like that. So yeah, today basically, we've only got a couple of hours because we just nipped here after work. Basically, we've had to sort of squeeze this job into our schedule, and we've been crazy busy. So connect up the bonding conductors. I'm going to get Oscar to do that. I'm going to show him how to crimp the 10mm lugs on. We've had this fitted for us, so that's great. We've got an isolator and a main fuse in, so we could actually start to power on today in theory. We've got lots of testing to do as well. Okay, so we are finished for the day. We've got a couple of bits we need to pick up, some materials and things, but yeah, we've not done bad. We've only been here for a couple of hours, but managed to replace the light fittings in all the places where they're melted. got the bonding on. Oscar did that on his own, which I think is pretty awesome. Got that still off because got to test it. And up there as well, first time using a crimper for him. He did brilliant. Need to rewire the flex to the boiler. That's all melted still. But I've been traced these cables out. Got the board all finished. So we need to just lid up, finish up a couple of last little bits, do some testing, and then yeah, we're good to go. So here's a tired Oscar. I was just showing them your work. But Oscar did this as well actually, which I thought was pretty cool. Should we take it down and have a look? Ooh. Yeah, he's done a good job. Not bad. So that's all for tonight. I'm hoping to come back tomorrow morning. Also need to get some Wago boxes for a couple of the cables that I've extended up there in Wagos. And yeah, job's a good one. Sorry if the audio is kind of bad quality on this. I've misplaced the mic. I think it's in the van somewhere, but we'll find it later. So I just thought I'd do a quick update. We're doing quite well actually. Just talking out everything because we're just about to finish the testing up. So talking it all out, going to switch it all on. Got the boiler filled up, which probably shouldn't admit to, but on camera anyway. But yeah, we filled the boiler up, rewired the controls to the boiler. So I'll show them that. So I've just done a little heat resistant flex coming out and across, and I've actually put it into the trunking, and then I've mounted the programmer onto the trunking. I'm going to label all of it up, and the thermostat's out in the main room. I'm coming at Nick Bundy here, and I'm sorry Nick, I'm not trying anything, I swear. I know this is kind of your thing, but yeah, I also like a little bit of Copex. Just talking about torque screwdrivers. This is annoying because we was listening to music, but we have to pause that whenever we film because probably copyrights and stuff, innit? I don't even know if I'm allowed to say who was listening to. Arctic Meerkats. Listen to the Arctic Meerkats. But yeah, we use the torque screwdriver. I do like. I do kind of think, I'm of the opinion, I hate loose connections, obviously. The whole start of this fire was a loose connection. I'm very confident I could get that roughly the right torque just using my wrist, right? Like, I could get that tight with my hand and I don't necessarily need a torque. But what this is awesome for is so that when I'm going to sleep at night, I don't ever doubt myself and think, oh, did I tighten it up? Didn't I tighten it up? With this, I have no doubt I tightened every connection up. Because as I go through the little torque settings on there, I'll just tick them off. All the MCBs, tick. Main switches, main incomers, tick. Earth and neutral bar, tick. So I can never have to doubt myself basically, because it's definitely set to the right torque. It's like a double check tool as much as it is a torque screwdriver, because I've had it before where I've done a board without thinking, I've got my torque screwdriver, I've done it, and I've managed to get a few turns on it where I've obviously not paid attention to that one, because being human, we're going to have human error. So this just eliminates a bit of human error. It's a procedure to eliminate that. So great practice and a great habit to get into. So we'll do another update shortly when we finish testing and labelled it up and all the rest of it. Oscar's been learning how to do these labels. He's done a pretty great job to label them up neatly. So, see you soon. What do we have in here? A loose connection on the ring. And what have we got inside this cupboard? Oh, look. It's an apprentice enjoying his first ever loft. Oh, loads of spiders webs as well. How are you feeling?
Nice.
It's really not that bad actually. It's boarded out. I think for a first loft experience, this is pretty cushy. Right. Oh, that's interesting. Polystyrene. So that there looks like the start of plasticizer migration, which is where something dry like polystyrene doesn't have plasticizer in it. The plasticizer from the PVC, can you just hold that out for me, Oscar? starts to melt the cable and suck the plasticizer out of it, so that will definitely be giving them issues in a few years. Oh man, I'm so bad at using this camera. Yeah, on that socket as well, you've got it. Cables look burnt. Let's take this out. Yeah, look at that. Cable's completely burned. I mean, the insulation resistance is alright because it's all been tested, so what I'll probably do is, I don't think it's worth fixing now because it's not a massive issue, because the cables look alright and they've been like that for decades. So what I'd probably recommend is I'll just mention it on the certificate that I've spotted signs of plasticizer migration, and rather set the certificate to 5 years, I'll probably set it to say 3 years and put that as a specific thing to check. So we found the junction box. What a good guess. So we reckon the loose connection's in there. Odds on, just because you've got this funky looking socket here and a socket there and other sockets around the corner. So we reckon it's the junction box that the loose connection's probably in, because all the connections everywhere else look alright. But yeah, we're still at the firehouse, but unfortunately we've not been able to just whack the circuits on. We've done a really thorough test of everything and finding loads of faults which are probably already there. Just watch yourself, Oscar. Yeah, well, anyways, we're going to investigate. Is that camera pointing at it alright? Yeah, we'll investigate and go from there. Yeah, you never want to put your fingers on it, because I know we've proven dead at the sockets and on the circuit, but for all you know, that junction box might have other things going through it. It might have like borrowed neutrals and all sorts, so just always super careful whenever you see terminals. Right, back soon. So meanwhile, while Oscar's putting all the things back in the loft, they were slid right along Oscar, right into the cavity. I've just been checking all the light switches were earthed. I checked them earlier with my wonder lead, and I made note of which ones weren't. So yeah, I think I just need to put a little fly lead in, because I wasn't getting enough continuity just through the actual screws themselves. So I'll be checking all of those. I think there's another one. Oopsie. Out here. Oh, it's so messy. Where, yeah, I wasn't getting any continuity on the earth, so I'm just going to have to pull it forward and connect it in there. The fun continues. Alright, we're all finished. There was loads of faults, so it's taken us ages resolving it all. But I'm pretty happy with the finish. All done. Stamped, dated, instruction manuals all stored there. Redone all the boiler thermostat and controls and bits for the boiler. Checked all the wiring inside the boiler. Redone all the bonding, conductors and everything. Had to bell out a load of cables for these sockets to actually figure out where they run and how they run. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Try and get a flattering shot, shall we? Keys, yeah, 1 second, mate. Okay, so that's us all finished. That has been a long couple of days, getting it repaired and fixing all the faults and things, in amongst other jobs. So not actually been able to focus on it, but we managed to get it all done and turned around. So yeah, it's been great. It's been fantastic having Oscar with me as well, helping me get done, trying to teach him as much as I can along the way as well. If you have any specific questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Yeah, happy days. One thing I have noticed is on the D&O's equipment, I don't really like those gaps there. I'm not a big fan of that. Because dust and debris and metal schwarf and all sorts could get down that. So pretty sure they'd have to fit some sort of putty in there. So we're going to let them do that. But for now, from us, thank you very much. Have a lovely night or day or whatever it is. Stay safe, do good electrics. Goodbye.